Hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson with an evening weather update. Thunder is taking place right now in North Dakota, and it's going to become snow between now and into the morning hours. We'll have the latest update on the track and timing of this nonsense, and we'll have your forecast that shows there is some light at the end of the tunnel. But as Metallica wondered, is it a freight train? Details next. My friends at Robert Gibb & Sons want to let you know about an excellent deal that they have and want you to take advantage of. When you upgrade your HVAC system with a quality Bryant system, whatever it takes, they're going to throw in a free water heater as well to make sure your entire system is up to the task at hand. 10-year parts warranty and a 3-year labor warranty and over 110 years of experience. Give Robert Gibb & Sons a call today. Let's take a look at this radar, shall we? Oh my goodness, look at what's going on in the western part of the Dakotas, just south of Dickinson. That's some thunder you see in there, those little thunderbolts. Yep, let's go down there. We got to see what's going on. It looks like just south of Stark County, we got some lightning in the New England Regent area, so that Enchanted Highway zone looking like we got some thunder and rain. You know what? They'll take any precipitation. They don't even care if it's snow out west. They really need it. And we got a little bit of it on the interstate. Dickinson to Hebron, that means for New Salem Sioux, it's coming to you. And you might want to move. Nah, you can't move your statue cow. All right, take a look at this. Snow showers showing up in Newtown. A little bit of snow on the backside showing up on the radar here, but as we saw with the last system, these radars do their best to estimate what's going on. This is a long way from radar sites, so it gets a little hard. Sometimes radars estimate that being snow when it's not. This shower activity spreads all the way into northeastern or northwestern parts of South Dakota, rather, and out there by Montana and Spearfish, that's South Dakota. We do have an advisory that's been issued by the National Weather Service, statement on some very gusty, windy thunder showers working their way in towards the Devil's Tower area as we look down there toward Belfouche. All right, now let's take a look at what's going on. The movement of this activity is just straight off to the east. There's your thunder and lightning taking place out there. And there's been a statement with these heavy rain-producing storms as well. Now, when we take a look at this special update on the drought monitor out in western parts of North Dakota, and we'll get to Montana in a second. It says Montana, but this square, this is not Montana. That's my mistake there. This is red. That's extreme drought, and this was updated. But I got to tell you, even though this was updated with data just a couple days ago, it missed out on the storm system that took place out in the eastern part of North Dakota and down here. Significant moisture from that last system may help the thing out just a little bit next week. Now let's go to Montana, where the drought has been pretty bad, but some improvement taking place out there where we see the oranges. It's now just severe drought in some of those areas. The Highway 2 corridor from Wolf Point and Culbertson right down through the Glasgow area north of Fort Peck Reservoir, seeing just some abnormally dry conditions there, and really, really bad drought, extreme drought out there in the mountains of central Montana. And in Minnesota, we continue to see that there is drought in the north central part of the state that is severe. However, this is an area that was punched in the teeth by some wet snow. So we'll see if that has a little bit of an impact. That extended all the way down into Lakes Country here for both Becker and Otter Tail counties with moderate drought conditions. So at the very least, our wet snow may have made a little bit of a difference in that aspect. Now let's take a look at your forecast. We'll march through. If you have a question, let me know. It's always fun to talk to you right here. Nathan, thanks for watching. And I do got to appreciate you as well. Katie, thanks for watching. From McIntosh, appreciate it. Heading down the Twin Cities Saturday morning, and things are looking pretty high and dry. Here's a look at our forecast now. With the showers and the thunder rumbles out to the west. Notice what happens here as we put this into motion into your overnight hours. Here is midnight. By midnight, this thing's changing over to more snow, and that means we could get some accumulation up there. This is the center area in Oliver County, McLean County. We're looking down there in the Mercer County area, so Hazen, Beulah Bay, those areas picking up some snow, as will Max. If you're in Max, it's easy to spell, but the snow, well, you just can't tell. It might make things a little slippery. Now, this leaning system from northwest to southeast means it's going to arrive in the Devil's Lake Basin first as we go through the overnight hours. This is a look here at 6 to 7 a.m. Working its way into northwestern parts of Minnesota, but notice the light blue shades, lighter snow amounts there as a result of that, and lighter intensities. Still, the potential to coat the roads with some slippery, where we see the darker blue shades right along Interstate 94, moving out of Bismarck, moving out of the Kidder County area there. And I'm not kidding. This could make things a little slushy and slippery once again. Down in South Dakota, it could be warm enough for a few rain showers mixing in. So again, this is your daybreak forecast, 7 a.m. Snow north, not yet in the Southern Valley, but it's heading our way. And here comes the freight train. But look at this. As it works its way towards midday now, this is about noon, what you're going to notice here is we could have some areas of sprinkles and a narrow band, a really narrow band of snow showers pushing through. That means the prolonged amount of time that we'll be experiencing snowfall should be pretty short-lived. We're talking 2 to 3 hours at most, the way this looks, and then it starts drying out. Northwest Minnesota, light snow for you, light snow in the Southern Valley, a little bit more heavy in the central part of the state. So let's get to the digits, shall we? Thanks for watching on the old YouTube channel, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope you are having a wonderful day with not a lot of snowfall. And boy, did that sun do some wonders out there as well. Here's a look at your snowfall forecast from Hutch as we see the snapshot of the storm system making its way through as we go into the midday hours. It's going to work its way through the Southern Valley and into parts of Lakes Country. Notice as it falls apart, we're just talking a trace to maybe up to an inch. I think Fargo has a good shot at a good ½ inch of snow, but not much more than that. Now, Grand Forks, it gets to you first. It's a wider band, so I think you could see a little bit more. I think this 1.1 to 1.2 is spot on. It could be pretty close. But look at this. 1 to 4 is a rule out in the western counties with this system working its way through with isolated areas. Up to around 5 inches of heavy, wet, sloppy snow. It's taking a little bit longer to make its way through central and North Dakota, as well as portions of the Cheyenne and James River valleys here out west. So Devil's Lake, maybe a little more moisture for you. Also, we'll have some more in that Jamestown area, Carrington, New Rockford, on out into parts of the Highway 200 corridor. That's the way I'm seeing this one right now as we go through. And I do want to tell you that we also have some awesome details to share with you about the 7-day planner. So why not? Why wait till the end, right? You don't have to do that on Hutch's Weather. We'll get to the fun stuff right away. Morning temperatures around 20 on Friday will be 36 thanks to the increase in clouds. A trace to 3 inches. We'll be closer to the trace to an inch in Fargo. The higher amounts will be out to the west, as I showed you. Now, as we go into Saturday, look how cold we are in the morning with the light winds early in the morning and clear skies, a little bit of snow on the ground. We'll be in the teens in many locations that have the snow on the ground, particularly in Minnesota and here in parts of the valley. Now, as we go through Sunday, it's still on the cool side as a cold high pressure system moves down. Look at that little setback on Monday, huh? Is this going to be a nasty week? Is this going to be bad? Well, let's just have Hutch get out the way so you can see around my big old melon. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That was quick. How about Tuesday? 51 and 54 on Wednesday. And it even gets more warmer on Thursday with 62 back in the picture again. And notice this. I want to point out sun, and more sun is a lot of fun. So that's a look at what we have going on there. Oh gosh. Kyle says, who cares about Montana and who cares about Minnesota? Well, the people that live there that watch Hutch do, but I do appreciate the fact that you want a deal and you want to know what's going on in your neck of the woods. So I do care about those folks as well. We dodged the tornadoes in Kansas and Missouri. John, I'm glad that you did. It was a wild day of weather down in the south. 62 in Beach. Oh my goodness. Was that today, Davis? I got to tell you, let's take a look at those high temperatures today across North Dakota from the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network, where we had snow-free conditions. Beach, look at this. Yeah, it looks like 51 for today was the high temperature today. And in Bismarck, we melted some snow, 41. So a little bit of snow makes a big difference. Minot and Rugby, yeah, you're around 40 to 45 degrees. And get down into the Red River Valley, it peaked at 40 at the Endon site, the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network site. We did have 1 foot of snow reported in Lakes Country. That held you in the 30s for most of that area. That was some sloppy shoveling right there. So thanks so very much. Now let's take a look at a couple of fun things, right? Tonight was Hutch's Weather Kit. I hope you had a chance to check out Nora. And if not, I'll try to put a link here a little bit later for you folks watching on my YouTube channel. The link will be up at the top so you can see it. Otherwise, you can find it anytime, anywhere on hutchesweather.com. Speaking of which, you shared so many spectacular photos. I got to share just a couple of them with you on hutchesweather.com. It wouldn't be possible without my fine sponsors. So I'm going to let you know about Slim's Tree Care. Now we're getting to that time of year where it's about time to get those trees taken care of. So if you have a questionable tree, you need somebody to help you out, Slim is the person for the job. Now check this out as we take a look at Slim's page here. He is experienced with tree removal, but he is an expert specializing in tree climbing work. So if you have a tree that you need felled or you need some trimming done on, but you don't want that puppy to fall down on your house, well, Slim can get the job done. 25 years of experience. Give him a call today. Bonded and insured, and again, servicing our area. So it's that time of year, and I want to let you know about that. Now, a look at your photos. Check this out. Oh my goodness. A lot of fun in the sun. You know what? If you can't beat them, join them. This is Sarah out there taking a picture or sharing it from the Lake Park area because there was a lot of snow, and those kids just had the time of their week, right? And this deer says, oh, Hutch, come on, I'm trying to find some good eating around here. Carol, thank you for sharing that from New York Mills. Thanks a lot to Frankie, Huey, and Stella, who are all just waiting for golf season. I think they're a little frustrated with Hutch, but you know what? Those faces don't look frustrated at all. Thanks so very much for sharing your Abercrombie view of the flakes. And you know what? Catching snowflakes on your tongue is a lot safer than eating snow that could be yellow. Yeah, Lindsay here sharing this little snowman maker right here. Lawson made this snowman with an extra long carrot nose and a dandy job, Lawson. Thanks for sharing your photo, and look at that smile. And Julia says, or at least it looks like Maggie here wants Julia to come out and was wondering what's taken you so long. Beautiful picture, Julia, in the Detroit Lakes area with upwards of 10 inches to 1 foot of snow. Some beautiful pictures coming in from the Bemidji area as well, where we got reports of 8 to 10 inches of snow. Look at this winter wonderland. Heidi, thanks for sharing. And thanks to all of you for your snowfall reports. We'll go ahead and summarize those for you as well, because you will not believe this. Now, as we take a look through the region, the Minnesota area, you're going to see a lot more reports here because there was more snowfall that took place there. 9 inches Dunvilla, Baxter, Brainerd area picking up about 9 inches, as did McLeod, North Dakota, southeast North Dakota. There were some spots that got hit pretty well. Ellendale and Lemoore, both at 8 inches. Park Rapids, Minnesota, in that same genre. Now, as we take a look here, Langby, a foot. Hackensack, Deer Creek, all a foot of snow, and just about that, they kissed a foot in Zirkle. They kissed a foot in Hewlin. 11 inches, Bagley and New York Mills. And what about Fargo? Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to share with you a little bit of a detailed update about snowfall measuring, and I want to tell you why you saw some differences in measurements across the area. 11 in Otter Tail County, Detroit Lakes, 10.5. Wadena picking up 9.6 inches of that flaky goodness out there as well. Now, some of the reports from the FM area, 5, 6 inches, that can happen, right? One side of town can get more rain than the other side of town in a rainstorm, so it's not much different in a winter weather event. The other thing is, when it's this warm, it compresses when it's so warm and heavy wet snow. And the first round of snow we got on Tuesday melted away to nothing. So in the old days, they'd measure snowfall on a snowboard about every 3 hours or so from a place that could do that. But not a lot of us that share reports with the National Weather Service can do that. So at the end of the day, if you went home and stuck your ruler in the ground or where you measure snow and averaged it, you would get less because it did compact and it did melt. But if you measured the snowfall as it was coming down, and you did so fairly regularly, the total in the FM area was 8 to 9 inches of snowfall. It quickly melted, and today it melted away even a little bit more. And there were some real big winners out here, and I'm going to have to pull this up on my other monitor here for you, so bear with me, because now we'll share with you the big winners of the snow event here. Let me see if I can find them here. Oh my goodness, it was not fun for some of these folks out here. Let me pull this up over here, and we'll put it up on your screen, full screen for you, if I can find the right buttons to push. Sometimes Hutch has a little trouble reading all my buttons here, so here it is. Let's see. There it is. Okay, so it's a little off center. I'll make it more centered for us if I can. Here we go. This is your report. Whoops. And one of them was from me, so pardon that. But as we take a look at the big winners. Grand Forks, 3 inches up there. 6.5 in Fargo was the National Weather Service official measurement for Fargo. 8.2 measured by Hutch here in South Moorhead. Heard of 9 out there on the side of West Fargo. Now look at this. Hovland up there on the North Shore. 15.2 inches. Fergus Falls, 15.1 inches in the Cormorant area, saying we are not out of this game either. We got ourselves 15.1 inches of flaky goodness. How about Finland on the North Shore? 14.4 in the Cormorant area really does confirm the Fergus Falls area. I bet Pelican Rapids got a fair amount as well. So that's a look at some of the big winners of the snow system. Do you have any questions about that? Otherwise, it looks like we're pretty good. Thank you, buddy. No more snow, please. It doesn't look like we're going to get too much here in the FM area for tomorrow, but I can't rule out a few flakes as we go through. Not a fan of Primus, I see, huh, Davis? I understand. That's okay. And again, that looks like it takes care of it. Deb, good to have you on board on the YouTube channel. So for now, I am meteorologist Hutch Johnson, thanking each and every one of you for your reports, for your photos, for visiting hutchesweather.com, and for watching my videos. And I guess we get this endless picture stream here. This is kind of cool, where we can look way, way, way deep into the... Look at me moving in different... this is kind of fun. Okay, I'm done having fun for now. You have a good night too. Enjoy your snow tomorrow. Enjoy your rumbles of thunder. There is a winter weather advisory for our western and central parts of North Dakota counties out there, out west. Let me show you that as we take off. Here it is. Winter weather advisory. It's only McLean County through Bismarck and Mandan and on out towards that. Well, let's see. What are we looking at? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks like Medora. So these areas have a winter weather advisory in place. And right now it looks like it's falling as some fun thunder and rain. And I guess I can't draw myself away from it. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the North Dakota Road Report here real quickly. And we'll show you what's fallen from the sky, because sometimes we cannot trust what the radar is showing us, and that's just a fact of the game. Now, as we take a look out west near Williston, we have icy roads reported in yellow and big time flakes that are showing some accumulation. And I'll tell you what, they are grateful for every flake that falls out in the western part of North Dakota and eastern Montana. Now, as we look at Watford City, we're seeing much of the same, some big fat flakes flying out of the sky out there, and they'll take them there as well. Now, when we get down to Dickinson, there's some thunder south of town, and look at this. That looks like a mix of rain and snow now as it's coming down in that particular area. But south of town, let's see, where does the radar have that? It looks like it's moving out towards Mott. So let's get out in that general direction and see what we got. Okay, that's definitely rain there. So you can see the difference. The streaks here showing raindrops with those heavier thunder showers that are pushing down into that Mott and region area. It's still dry here in the new Leipzig area. At least it looks like that on this particular camera. And as you go to Hutch's favorite drive through southwest North Dakota, so when you're tracking down through Amadon there, make sure you go slow, because there's a trooper car there that kind of keeps his eyes on your speed. We got something falling through the sky out here in the corner, and that's a look at what's going on with regards to North Dakota roads right now. So check hutchesweather.com for the latest road reports in the mornings, particularly in the central part of the state. I'll be back with updates on your Friday as well. Thanks so very much. Have a wonderful night, and we'll talk again very soon.